Mahou.Club. It is Pixie. This is mostly Jill. And today's video is exciting. I made a wedding dress and I'm gonna tell you all about it. Not only did I make a wedding dress, I made a pastel rainbow iridescent tinted elf whimsy forest wedding dress. I've had to keep all of my progress and work on this dress a secret from you guys for the past year and a bit because the dress was a super total secret from the groom until the day of the wedding. So it was a really exciting and fun, and I am just absolutely, what's the saying? I am chomping at the frickin' bit to tell you guys all about it. Cause yeah, it was a super fun process and it was my first commission that I sewed and patterned and everything here. I did another video, I think last year, all about my Violet collab where I sent sketches and did design work and corresponded with the folks with my Violet down in LA, and we made a beautiful dress. So that was a really cool fashion design gig, and this is another way you can do work as a fashion designer. So yeah, it was a really great experience, and honestly, hey cousin, I know you're watching this. This was a really great experience and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity. It was really great to have a close family member be my first hands-on full, like, I make it from start to finish commission. Especially with my mental health being, like, I've been operating at about 50% all year and I'm just finally starting to kind of come out of my unmanaged years of mental health. I'm getting a lot of my shit together lately. So yeah, just before I even start, a big huge thank you to my wonderful cousin Joanna for commissioning me for this project and being very patient with me throughout the process. So let's get to the frickin' start. This is my cousin Joanna on my dad's side of the family. She is very cool and very similar to me. We are both creatively inclined, similarly neurodivergent cutie folks, and we've been getting a bit closer in the more recent years, which I really treasure. She has really cool tattoos that she wanted to showcase in the dress, and also a really cool unique vision for how she wanted the whole thing to look. I could not have been more excited to get started on this dress, so she sent me this amazing document with lots and lots of text, photos, mood boards, and like specific sketches of things. She had a very specific sleeves shape she wanted. Oh, I did not say that sentence. She had a specific sleeve shape she wanted. So the client request was medieval fantasy prismatic fairy princess wedding gown. Basic wedding theme, prismatic / rainbow. She had some lovely little paragraphs explaining like the meaning and the symbolism behind everything, and a lot of really awesome specific detailed requests that were really easy for me to just kind of like make a checklist of and knock out of the park. Loose around arms so I can bend and reach up, lowish neckline, waistline that is not skin tight but has adjustable ties to allow for flattering slim fit regardless of size variations from day-to-day bloating. That's just smart. Soft, breathable fabric that flows and drips and feels nice against skin. Ethereal, magical, fairy, flowy. The dripping and flow of the fabric is pretty key to this point, like an elven or fairy gown from a fantasy setting. I just love it. And prismatic for the color theme. She says, I use the word prismatic instead of rainbow here just to enforce that it's less of a bright saturated rainbow and more of a pale icy color palette that is mostly white like an opal or a little sun catcher prism you might hang in your window. There's a lot of great photos that they included here as well, and then a really great specific sketch for this sleeve that she wanted. We both have tattoos in pretty similar places, which was cute actually. I went over for one of we had 3 different fittings over the course of the year. We are in different provinces, so we had to kind of drive back and forth, but it was super doable. And at one of those fittings, we got a photo of our arms together. It is cute. It's cute. We look so similar. It's just and honestly, looking at this little sketch she did, the sleeve looked like exactly like this. I'm so good at taking a picture and making it into a thing. Oh. So I got right to work and I started sketching. I like to give people a nice little array of sketches. Another very specific request she had is that she wanted the skirt to be a circle skirt, and originally she wanted it to be chiffon, but later, as you'll see along here, we ended up going for a prismatic iridescent material for the skirt, and I think that was worth it. This is probably one of my favorite parts of the fashion design process, is the initial sketching. It's just so exciting, and it's like the whole world is at your fingertips of possibility. I like to do 3 or so pages of design options for people, and I number them as well, and I like to also offer to mix and match elements from one sketch to another. So like if you like this neckline but this skirt, you can kind of playground monkey bar, you know, the boop 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 boop. And I ended up with these 9 different sketches for my cousin to pick from. What a fun prompt. What a fun theme. This was just so joyful. And she ended up choosing this one with a couple of alterations. She wanted a very specific scoop neckline, which we ended up patterning right on her with a Sharpie on the mock-up when she came for her first fitting. So it was a total perfect custom neckline. I guess everything about this dress was fully custom. I don't know, I'm just excited. I like making stuff. So with the design all chosen and those little alterations requested, I did a proper, not a sketch, but kind of a technical illustration. Not a proper technical in Illustrator, but like a nice fancy Procreate moment with the monoline tool. I also designed the back, because you need that, especially for a wedding. Oh my god, like a lot of people look at your back when you walk down the aisle. That's kind of important. So with the final wedding gown design solidified, I headed out for my second favorite part of the fashion design process, which is fabric selecting. This is a project that I had to use new materials for because it was a wedding dress and is for like a proper wedding, so I wasn't gonna make it out of like thrift store bed sheets, but I did end up using an Etsy store and my local Fabricville, so at least, you know, I wasn't shipping it from like Amazon, but being transparent about when I'm not the perfect sustainable queen, because you can only do your best. So I went and I took a ton of photos of fabrics and also videos of fabrics so she could see how they moved at Fabricville in person, and then I also went online because our local Fabricville doesn't have a lot in the way of that like iridescent organza, anything holographic. They have some, but it's more like spandex dance costume material rather than like anything you would want to put on a wedding dress. So I ended up heading to Etsy and looking online, and I sent her a couple of options, and then these are the ones she ended up choosing. Oh, on those graphics you can also see the technical is super pointy in the back. We ended up changing that after her first fitting because yeah, it looks sharp. It looks like she has like a little dragon tail. We made it smooth and round like a cake. Unfortunately, I didn't film any video of me actually sewing the dress. I was just in work mode. I wasn't really thinking about the vlog. I was just focusing on it as fashion design work, and I was like, I'll just do a video after the fact. It's a secret. I can't show anyone these now. So just imagine me. Imagine me in your head going do 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 on the sewing machine with all those materials I just showed you. Do 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 do. I did a mock-up out of muslin and random leftover cotton first. I actually cut into some old curtains that I made for our house like a long time ago that we like ditched and I made new ones. So the mock-up looked very interesting. It was like partially floral, partially just regular muslin. And the fitting went really well. It's always so satisfying when you go to fit a garment and you haven't seen your model in maybe months, because again, we live like 3.5 hours apart, and it just freaking fits like a glove, and you're like, thank you, math. The main things I always have to fix is the armholes, or I always cut a little bit too high up, so we're always going and loosening up those holes, you know, letting the arms breathe. Oh my god. I could have for sure flung that coffee all over me, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Oh, 2 other actual fun changes that I have visuals for that we made from the dress mock-up fitting was we made the skirt a big chunk fuller, and I also made the sleeves longer and perfected exactly where they are based on her tattoos. I literally like got out the measuring tape and was like measuring the space and being like, move this down and this here until it was super perfect. So that was fun, and I have visuals here of how the pattern looked before and then after for any pattern drafting nerds. Yeah, and then it was time to make the real dress out of the real materials, which when you're working with all of these fine little like bridal, super tiny, flimsy, slippery. You have to be patient. This beautiful jacket thing was all chiffon, and I did the serged and rolled hem on the edges of all of it, which, you know, you just gotta breathe real slow and take your sweet timeses. It has this lovely little corseting, lacing action on the front, center front at the waist. And the eyelets are all little tiny flowers. Can you friggin' believe it? I was also worried about putting those eyelets into a material so thin and delicate, but thankfully it was not a problem. So that big floor-length circle skirt ended up being 3 layers. So I did make one of them chiffon because she wanted it to be chiffon originally. So there's chiffon in the middle, there is a nice smooth to the skin lining underneath, and then on the top there's this beautiful iridescent material that we ordered on Etsy. So I patterned it to be as full as it possibly could be in the materials that we had, because depending on how wide your fabric comes depending on how wide your fabric comes, you know, you can only fit so big of a pattern piece on it. I don't know why I became a pattern piece on the wall. And I don't know where my voice is going. I'm sick. I should have mentioned that at the very start. I don't know what my voice ever sounds like, so I don't know if it sounds different. Another really fun part of the dress is this pastel rainbow floral trim that is on the chiffon jacket. So I ended up making all of these flowers individually out of ribbon. I just think they're so darling. And there's also one of these little flowers each on the sleeves, and she also requested that the sleeves were detachable, so they have little snaps on the inside, and that went really well as well. I was worried again about the delicateness of the chiffon and if pulling it would like yank the friggin' snap right out of the fabric, but that didn't happen. I have to have more faith in chiffon. Like, it's not this delicate little tissue paper. She's okay. She's doing fine. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the dress. This is what it ended up looking like. I did show you guys some footage of it just on the hanger, and again, she really requested a loose, breathable waistline that could be pulled in or out. So on the hanger, it's kind of just like blunk, but I have some wonderful photos. My mom was the photographer, so there's some really lovely photos of her spinning around in it, twirling around like a magical rainbow fairy, and her friggin' bridesmaids each wore a different color of the rainbow, and when they stood together it was a rainbow. I died. I'm really glad that I got to be a part of my cousin's special day, and it was really fun taking all of her requests and her visions and her cool sleeve idea and her very specific things, and just being like, yes, I got you, beep bop boop, put it in the recipe, dress. Feels good. Feels really good. I think that's how I know I went to school for the right thing, is that I f***ing love my job, and when I do it I'm like, dress! Maybe that's the inner child. Anyway, it's fine. This video's Pixie Loves feature is someone that I actually just started following like a couple days ago, but they have such beautiful home decor. It's corn on TikTok. Candy corn. Lovely home decor inspo, and they also have a cute little shop with some lovely prints that are just super sweet, and they have the same little cake dish as me. I've never seen anyone who has the same cake platter as me. They must be a good person. Anyway, I just wanted to share this to you guys because sometimes I see y'all being like, do you guys know any other creators that have like a similar vibe to Pickle Locks? And I would say this is a fairly similar vibe, and I love. I need more wiggles around my home. They made me realize I don't have enough just vague, wavy, wiggly things. So, yeah, corn. And this video's featured Confetti Club member is Mary Gabby Messina on Instagram. This art is lovely. Oh yeah, I had black nails and a Crayola band-aid on I have one on my face in this video. That's so funny. Oh, the essence of the moment. Oh, I love this art so much. Your style is really beautiful. And the way you do the background looks like almost like photographic. That's wow. I love I love. Thank you so much for creating this and for sharing it with me. I love you. That is it for me. I love you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful time. If you've been following me on Twitter, you know I have been having a time. I haven't said why. It's just life is kicking my ass. And I've been in fight or flight for like over a week with very few moments of relief, and every single morning I wake up in a panic attack. It's fine. I'm fine. Not really, but I'll survive. So today was my first day doing my makeup and like getting back to work, which I've been trying to do, and it feels really good. So I hope you guys are doing wonderful. It feels like the whole world is experiencing a universal flop. And like I feel like I don't know a single person who isn't kind of going through like a very like hard to the point of scary time right now. Sorry to get very real at the end of this video, but I just hope you're okay. Please hang in there for real. Seasons changing are weird, and coming out of the pandemic is weird, and we're all just people, and you're gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be okay. And we're gonna be kicking it in 5 years, drinking smoothies on the beach. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video, which is not this one, because this one's over. Bye!